Ever wonder why someone you love could believe lies about you? It's confusing, painful, and it cuts deep. But before you let anger take over, it's worth understanding why people, especially women, sometimes accept false narratives. This isn't about blame. It's about clarity, psychology, and how you can regain your peace and power. The moment you realize she believes something false about you, everything inside you stops. It's as if someone took the ground from beneath your feet. You replay conversations, memories, moments that once felt so real, now wondering if they ever meant anything to her at all. You try to explain, to defend yourself, but her eyes don't see you the same way anymore. And that's the part that hurts most, not the lie itself, but how quickly she accepted it. In that silence, anger and sadness fight for space in your chest. But this is where perspective becomes everything. Because when someone accepts a lie about you, it's rarely just about you. It's about what that lie gave her permission to believe. Sometimes, believing something false feels safer than facing the discomfort of truth. And that's why, before you blame yourself, remember, her choice to believe the lie is often an escape from her own fear, not a reflection of your worth. The human mind doesn't chase truth. It chases emotional safety. People believe what makes them feel secure, even if it's not real. When a lie aligns with what someone already feels, doubt, fear, resentment, it sticks. In relationships, especially when emotions run deep, perception becomes stronger than proof. If she's been hurt before, if she's afraid of being made a fool again, even the smallest rumor can sound like a warning she can't ignore. Lies are powerful because they speak to emotion, not logic. They play on her insecurities, her need for control, her desire to protect herself from disappointment. So when she believes something untrue about you, understand, she's not necessarily rejecting you. She's reacting to the story that best protects her feelings in that moment. It's not fairness, it's fear disguised as certainty. And until she faces that fear, no amount of proof from you will set her free. The truth doesn't always fall apart on its own. Sometimes it's pushed. Maybe someone whispered things into her ear. Maybe an old friend, an ex, or someone who wanted to see you fail. But lies only grow where insecurity already lives. When a person carries unhealed wounds, fear of betrayal, fear of abandonment, they become easy to influence. One whisper of doubt can echo louder than your entire history together. It's painful to realize that trust can be so fragile that someone else's words could outweigh your actions. But influence only works when the listener is already vulnerable to believing. And sometimes, believing the lie spares her the pain of confronting her own trust issues. It gives her a reason to pull away, to protect herself from the risk of getting hurt again. So before you chase the source of the rumor, understand the soil it grew in. Because until she heals that part of herself, truth will always sound like persuasion, and lies will sound like safety. When someone believes lies about you, every instinct screams to defend yourself. You want to shout your truth, to fix what's been broken. But chasing lies gives them power, and it drains yours. Real strength comes from quiet conviction. You don't need to prove who you are to someone who's chosen to see you through someone else's words. Step back. Breathe. Let your actions speak where explanations fall on deaf ears. Because the truth, no matter how buried, doesn't vanish. It waits. Every attempt to defend yourself to someone unwilling to listen becomes an act of desperation, and desperation feeds doubt. But when you stand calmly in your integrity, the noise begins to fade. Remember, lies can travel fast. But truth is patient. It doesn't chase, it endures. And eventually, it reveals who was real and who was only pretending to be. At some point, you'll realize that her belief, or disbelief, no longer defines you. The storm will quiet, and you'll be left with one question. Who do I want to be, even after this? Healing begins when you stop trying to change her mind and start rebuilding your peace. You may never get the apology, the explanation, or the closure you deserve, but what you gain instead is far more powerful: self-respect. You learn to trust yourself again. You stop explaining your worth to those who refused to see it, and you begin to walk with a calm confidence that no rumor can touch. Because the truth is, the right people won't need convincing. They'll know your character by how you move, not by what others say. So whether she ever sees the truth or not, you still win, because you didn't let bitterness harden you. You chose growth over revenge, peace over noise, and that is what makes you untouchable.